Hello everyone and welcome back to a new series we're doing, and this is going to be tier list. We're actually going to be doing a future series, basically top 10s of everything and a bunch of other stuff. So if you enjoy these kind of series, you can leave a comment below what you would like to see the next one of these things be. But today we're going over the best 100% definitive tier list of Mega Evolutions in the run-up to Pokemon Legends Zeta, starring Zygarde and featuring the return of Mega Evolutions. So let's get started with the one, the only, the one I know you guys want to see the most, Mega Metagross. Now let's see, where does Mega Metagross go on here? Is it going to be triple S tier? Awesome, great, neat but okay, meh, why though, bad, or thanks, I hate it. Nope, thanks, I hate it. Yeah, I absolutely detest this thing. This thing is by far it's actually my least favorite Pokemon in the entire series. But before we get on to the rest of the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. There's going to be all kinds of twisty turns and shenanigans, and I think you guys are going to be a little surprised at what you think is going to go where. Alright, so let's get started. In earnest, ladies and gentlemen. In the awesome tier, or is it going to be triple S tier, or is it going to be great tier? Which one are we going to start with? Well, we're actually going to be going in order of dex number, so we're going to be starting off with, well, Venusaur, Megazards, then Blastoise, and going in order of Pokedex. Maybe some little slight exceptions. But first off, we've got Venusaur, Mega Venusaur. Actually, the first Mega Evolution I ever used when I played Pokemon X for the first time, I picked Greninja as my starter, and as my Kanto starter, I picked Venusaur as my first Mega. And, you know, did a good showing. I like thick fat on it, gives it neutrality to ice and neutrality to fire. Pretty neat. This one is going to catch some flack. Megazard X is only neat. I don't care for it. I'm Edgezard. I'm the age. It's just, I don't like the black coloration. I think that Mega Y is just leagues better, and I think it does belong in triple S tier. I like that it looks a lot like a dinosaur, which, I mean, I love dinosaurs, you know, from the tactical Allosaurus. I'm a big fan of Sun Sweepers. I love weather and just Drought Solar Beam, Drought Fire moves. It's fun. I don't like Edgezard. Also, I like the special attackers better than physical attackers. Blow, I mean, I love tanks. You know, if you know me, you know I love battleships, you know I love tank, you know I love all those sorts of things. Not as big a fan of Blastoise proper, because this was before I got things like Body Press. But, I mean, I like it. I think it's a decent, you know, pretty good. I know my friends a lot like it. Mega Beedrill. It can only go neat or okay. I don't really care for Beedrill that much. I'm not really a Kanto person. I mean, really, my first generation was Generation 4, so really everything Gen 1 to Gen 3 kind of is a bit of a weird blur for me. But Beedrill, I never really had any attachment to it. It's neat, but is canon glass. And I can only give meh for Mega Pidgeot. It's a Pidgeot, but with one really, really long feather on its head. I don't know, it doesn't change enough to be, like, distinct. Same thing goes for Mega Kazam. It's just spoons. Which, I mean, there's a joke I actually have with my friend, which we call the Spoon Wizard, which we always would, you know, make jokes about that with, but, I mean, it's kind of funny for that reason, but as it is, it's just spoons. Honestly, I really do love Mega Slowbro. It's just too silly. It's literally a Beyblade. I don't know. It looks really, in any other context, this would probably go into why they were bad. But it's so silly, I love it. And this one's gonna catch some flack. I don't care for Mega Gengar. I liked regular Gengar's design. I like, you know, the blobby thing, but I love the Clefable Gengar thing, where one is a shadow of the other, and it's like this just completely just blows that entire thing into oblivion, where like, yeah, no, they're not even counterparts anymore. It's like, I love the theming. You shattered the theme. And sort of joining, or similarly, is Mega Kanga at Y, though. I don't like that, oh no, it's just the youngling pops out and it does duo attack. I mean, on top of it, just freaking Swords Dance Power-Up Punch being freaking broken. I don't know, I was never a big fan of Mega Kanga. Kangaskhan itself, you know, not bad, but I don't care for Mega Kang's brokenness. Mega Pinsir. I don't know, I like it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I do kind of like it. I actually have a bit of a fun experience with it where Togekiss burned one in a Pokemon competition I was a part of. Basically, I was fighting a whole bunch of people with flying types. He had a Mega Pinsir on his team, and Togekiss just burned the thing with Flamethrower, 20% chance, and just did a clown on their entire team. It was great. Togekiss, we love you. This one, I mean, many of you guys know I'm a big fan of Gyarados. Many of you know I love Gyarados. It was my absolute flagship Pokemon in EVL Season 6. However, we do not support Fat Gyarados. As someone who is formerly overweight myself, we do not support Gyarados' overeating habits. I'm not a fan of Chevy Dose. So we're kind of going against my whole thing that I said of loving dinosaurs. Well, technically Aerodactyl isn't a dinosaur because it's a pterosaur, and pterosaurs are technically dinosaurs. Sorry, I love dinosaurs. Like, I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was younger. It is simply meh. Like, the spike's interesting, and like the rock goatee is a little bit interesting, but it's just, it's Aerodactyl but spiky. I don't know. I feel that there's a lot more they could have done with Aerodactyl, and it just doesn't really look too appealing. Speaking of unappealing, Mega Mewtwo X. I don't like it. Mewtwo's whole thing is I big brain smarts. And I just mind blast you. No. I put my brain power into my fists and I punch. You're not Dio or Star Platinum. Same thing for Mega Y. I don't. It looks weird. I don't like the tail head. Also, the fingers and the feet just, I don't know. It just kind of creeps me out. But absolute Giga Shad with Mega Ampharos, that amazing Fabio hat. Obviously, it's too fabulous. The fabulosity Ampharos we love. This might also catch a little bit of flack. I kind of like Mega Steelix. I don't know, I always thought it was, I mean, not great, I just thought it was neat. Mega Caesar. You know, kind of the same thing. You know, I mean, I love Caesar as is. I love my steel types. It loses points for me because, like, the serrated claw thingies, you know, I mean, if you know, I mean, as someone who knows physics, it's like, you know, you don't want many points when you're cutting things because that reduces the pressure. The original scissoring motion was just better. But, I mean, it looks interesting. It's literally Iron Man bug. Yeah, I don't know, I like it. However, unfortunately, Heracross must join this tier of meh. I love regular Heracross's design. I think it's fantastic. This doesn't look Heracross to me. This looks like it should have been just a regular Heracross evolution, because it doesn't look like a modified Heracross. It looks like an entirely separate thing. On top of, you know, Skill Link on it is pretty neat, but I just love, like, regular Heracross is just perfection. However, what's this one's gonna go? The good boy. Because it is good boy. It gets good boy hours. Mega Houndoom. Awesome tier. Absolute good boy. Deserves all of the head pats. Only reason not SSS tier is, even though it is a good boy, and Doggo do deserve a good head pat, or a good girl, it's a little spiky, so giving Doggo hugs would probably be a little bad for your health. Also, the fact that it is literally melting down internally is not good, because yeah, Megas basically are in constant pain. Speaking of Megas are in constant pain, this one hurts me. I love Godzilla. I love Space Godzilla. I literally have a Space Godzilla figure. Yes, I literally did get up just to go grab my Space Godzilla figurine. You know, I love my Godzilla stuff, and Space Godzilla is what Mega Tyranitar is based on. But it's just a regular Tyranitar is chef's kiss perfection. You cannot improve upon perfection. However, I do appreciate the reference, and I do like that they actually acknowledge regular Tyranitar, which is perfect as is, so we keep it with Sandstream, because it's just, you can't improve on perfection. It just keeps Sandstream. This one also might catch a little bit of flack. Big fan of Mega Sceptile. It is my favorite of the 3 Hoenn starters. Swampert might be edging out a little bit of a lead, but that's mostly because of the draft league I'm a part of, but I've really always liked Sceptile. Big fan of Grovyle from Mr. Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. By the way, if you really like Pokemon Mr. Dungeon Explorers of the Sky, we are doing a 100% playthrough in streams for Pokemon Mr. Dungeon Explorers of the Sky. I think you're gonna love it. Sadly, the game did not get remade, but maybe in the future. This one, though, I can only put Blaziken Mega at Y, though. A lot like Mega Alakazam, Mega Kanga, and some of the Megas in the Mech tier, it's just the same thing, but, like, slightly bigger with big Fire Army ribbons. And I mean, I was never a big Blaziken fan myself. My brother always liked it, and, you know, being the younger brother, I had to hate what my brother liked, because, you know, siblings. But I was never a fan of Mega Blaziken. I don't know. I didn't... It looks the same to me. And that's also where Mega Swampert comes in. This is why you don't skip leg day. I love Swampert. Absolutely fantastic in the UNPL for a draft league. But Buddy did not go to leg day. And this is why you do not skip leg day. Swole goals are important, but never skip leg day. Same with Gardevoir. I don't care for Gardevoir. I think it's a little bit better than Mega Swampert and some of the other ones in the Wytho tier, but I think it is worse than a couple of the others in the Met tier, because it's just lady with poofier dress. It's just dress gets a little poofy. Also the simp. Sableye, though. I don't know. I like Sableye. I love Mega Sableye. I love the giant gem gremlin. Just, I mean, as someone who studies rocks, because I mean, I have a degree in geology, I approve. This is geologist certified Pokemon. Mega Mawile. I love this thing. I mean, I like its design, but also I actually did a back stat calculation for its physical attack, because the numbers are, I can't stop seeing the effing numbers, Mason. I did a backwards calculation of how high this thing's physical attack stat base is. Its base attack normally is 105, but it gets huge power. And I was like, you know what, let's just see what its physical attack actually is if you back calculate it for an effective base attack stat, because, you know, only I would care about the numbers. This thing is a base attack stat functionally of 260. You know, Mega Mewtwo X is like, what, 194? Yeah. 260. That's higher than Shuckle's defense. Strunks. It's so gratuitously absurd, I love it. It is the definition of over game end. In the opposite direction, I like Mega Aggron. I mean, I'm a big fan of Aggron again. I love Mecha Godzilla, I love Godzilla, and I do like my giant metal monsters. Thankfully, Body Press did not exist for this thing, and I do like that it actually lost its rock subtyping, becoming just pure steel with filter, actually letting it be pretty bulky. I mean, this thing could survive an Inferno Overdrive from Max Special Attack Heatran from Magma Storm. Buddy was thick with like 18 Cs. Speaking of thick, Mega Medicham. It kind of is a bit of a similar thing to Mega Mawile, except just less outright gratuitous as Mega Mawile. I think actually it's a little bit stronger than Mega Mawile, but Mega Mawile's got Intimidate. It's got Sucker Punch. I don't know, it just like Mega Mawile just hits different. It's neat, but me. Mega Mawile just was, I don't know, I like Mega Mawile more. He does the zoomies, but I've just had not good experience with this thing because of Intimidate Volt Turn. I was not a fan of just getting repeatedly Volt Turned on by this thing and intimidated, and also gets Overheat. Kind of annoying. I like the Lightning Bolt design, but I think it's just, I don't know, I think it could have been a bit more. Short face nose. I don't care for Mega Sharpedo. Again, it's Sharpedo with jewelry, I don't care for it. I think it's just not a good design. But Volcano Face, I do like Volcano Face. I think it's neat. I don't really care for it too much, but I don't know. I do kind of like Mega Camera a bit. Is very floof. I like the very floof. Not great, but I do like the floof. I like Mega Banette. I like the claws. Yeah. I think it's neat, and I think it definitely, like, this is what I think, like, Megas should have gone for a bit more, like, for things like a Mega Heracross, where you can tell clearly it's Banette. You know, it's a little bit of a different flavor of Banette, not just like it looks like an entirely different separate Pokemon. But same vein, I don't like Mega Absol. I don't like the wings. It's Absol with wings. I mean, I was never a big fan of Absol to begin with, but it's just Absol with wings. Again, same with Glalie. It's just face. It's jaw-broken open face. And yes, Mega Metagross is still, thanks, I hate it. It is my least favorite of all Megas. But we got the best boy. I am a big fan of Mega Salamence. It is gratuitous, it is excessive, and the memes are just absolutely top tier. You can Photoshop it into so many things, like the New Republic symbol from Star Wars. You can just Photoshop like a croissant on back of it. I love it. It's hilarious, and just I like Mega Salamence. It does what Salamence did before, just to a higher degree, and I just love it. It's just silly. I love it. But, Mega Latios. Both of them end up in bad. I like Latios and I like Latias. I don't like the Megas, because they look identical. They're good, but they're competitively very good. But I don't like that they look the exact same. And also, their Mega Stone should have been the Soldew. They should have had it be the Soldew gives them a buff when they're in regular Latios and Latias, or you can Mega Evolve them, and then they lose those boosts. But they get the Mega. They should have done it. The idea was there. You were so close, and you dropped the ball. Primal Kyogre. I'm a big fan. First competitive team I ever made was a Primal Kyogre rain team. I like the whale. The thing might give me nightmares, Primal Groudon. That thing, I am glad it does not exist anymore. But it's kind of, again, so gratuitously excessive with absolutely no weakness other than itself. Again, the fact that in competitive, when it existed, there were 3 counters to Primal Groudon. Primal Kyogre in its own weather. A regular Rayquaza with Waterfall, and I believe you needed a Life Orb. And another Primal Groudon. The fact that, like, 10% of people, when Primal Groudon still existed, would bring a regular Choice Band Groudon just to game end opposing Primal Groudons without being game ended themselves by Precipice Blades, I find hilarious. That was viable. It just, again, it's the shenanigans involving the background of Primal Groudon I just find more amusing than anything. But this one I'm going to catch some flack for. I don't like a Mega Rayquaza. Not even like, oh no, it should have been Primal Rayquaza. No, I don't really care for Mega Rayquaza design. I love Slifer the Sky Dragon. It's just a green Slifer the Sky Dragon without the wings. It's kind of, this is over-designed. You know, regular Rayquaza design I was never overly a big fan of, but there is a simplicity that I do find appealing about it. Mega Rayquaza, let's give it like ribbons all over the place that look like mini Rayquazas. Let's make its face a giant spear, like a meteor. Like, I mean, I like what they tried doing with it. Like, yeah, it looks like a meteor coming in on re-entry, but I think it's a case of it's over-designed, and it misses one of the great parts of the original Rayquaza design, which was just less is more simplicity. I do not like Mega Lopunny. For, well, obvious reasons. I don't care for it. Mega Garchomp, I also don't care for. But I do approve of the Giga Chad jaw. That is the only reason this thing is not in meh. It is purely the strength of that jawline alone. Mega Lucario. Bad. Again, it's Lucario with a little bit more spiky bits. And like slightly longer hair and rust. You could have done more. Mega Snowbama. Neat. I mean, again, it doesn't fix a whole lot of things. It doesn't really make Obama Snow very good. But, you know, it's neat but okay. It's... Why does it exist? I don't know. But, I don't know. I kind of do find it vaguely amusing. Mega Gallade, though. It's time to do. I mean, I actually do have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards right at the side of me over here. I kind of do like it. And I mean, also it gave us Iron Valiant in the future, so you know what? It lives on. It lives on in spirit. You know what? No, you're getting upgraded to SSS tier. You're getting upgraded to SSS tier, because you're pretty awesome. I kind of don't hate Mega Audino. I respect the existence as a defensive Mega and a support one, but it's still meh. Not quite okay, but why though? Because we needed a Gen 5 one. But it's neat. Battle Bond, Ash Greninja. I don't like it. I don't. Again, same thing with like Lucario. It's a Greninja with like bigger thighs, and oh no, it carries a giant water shuriken on its back. But there's literally zero reason to ever use water shuriken on it because it's always hits 3 times and it's 20 power. You just go with Surf. Well, Skull still existed back then. Just go with those moves. They're just better. And let's close out with Mega Diancie. I don't hate it. I don't like it. But I think it's neat. I like its design. Obviously, I can't use it competitively because it's banned in VGC. But I like how it does actually fundamentally alter the way Diancie is used. Regular Diancie is very bulky. Mega Diancie is actually a glass cannon. I do like what they did with it. That it is... It should have been what more Megas did. Kind of a bit like Sableye as well. Where the Mega fundamentally changes the way it is used. Where you use the non-Mega in one way and you use the Mega in a different way. And it gives them a lot of, unlike, you know, Mega Mewtwo and Mega Zard, where it's like, oh yeah, they still both do beat stick things. No, Diancie is just, it's defensive, and now it's offensive. It's like Meloetta, where you can use them one of 2 ways, and they should have done more with it. And they should have done more Megas in that same style. But that is all for today, and once again, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more. Comment below what your rankings are, and anything that you would change. You know, what do you think your rankings for Megas would be? I'll probably leave a link below to where you can make your own tiers. And, you know, just on Discord, there's a Discord we have linked in the description below. You know, just DM me what your tier lists are. You know, why am I wrong? But I'll see you guys next time.